So, Historic Anthology 5 brought with us a direct to camera card, or direct to camera, direct to commander card that it seems pretty powerful with the mutate mechanic. So 4 mana to mutate this. Destroy target non-creature permanent its controller creates a 3/3 beast every time this card mutates. So a lot of really powerful flexibility on this card. So you could destroy problems on your opponent's side of the board, or you can destroy your own lands or your food tokens in order to make more 3/3s. We have a bunch of different sweet 2-drops to mutate onto. So Adanto Vanguard retains its pay for life, become indestructible, as well as when attacking gets +2 attack when you mutate onto it. Adorned Pouncer retains double strike. And Hushbringer, I honestly think, is just a really good card in this format in general. This card's good against goblins. It's great against angels. It's fine against the sacrifice decks. It having lifelink is very good when you mutate a big body on top of it so you can win races. Fun fact, the way King Caesar works, Snapdax here at the top end, he technically doesn't have lifelink. So if you mutate Snapdax onto Hushbringer, you actually deal 4, gain 8, because he'll have lifelink and he's dealing 4 damage with his trigger. So that's sweet. This also lets us mutate, onto our trample things, or like if you mutate King Caesar onto Adanto, attacks as a 5/5 with double strike. Hushbringer does not stop Mayhem Devil, because that's when you sacrifice, not when something dies. Hushbringer does stop Midnight Reaper, though. So, yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, so we got dorks here at the bottom. Play 2-drops, mutate busted things onto 2-drops, attack, and profit. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see if this feels reasonable. We had played a Bant mutate shell in Historic with the Sawtooth last week, and it felt pretty sweet. So I'm interested to see if this one feels reasonable again today. What's the red mutate monster? 4/4 flying. Amari Companion. I do not think the Amari Companion is worth the sideboard slot. I also can't play the Amari Companion with my spell lands. Infern Flow, thank you for the 27 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. This hand needs to draw some mutators, but it's pretty good if it does. Honestly, we're probably in a bit of trouble here. They're gonna go pretty wide here against us. We need a pretty aggressive start to be able to punch through elves, and we definitely don't have that here. Armored Killer doesn't do a whole lot here. Cage is pretty decent. Cubwarden sounds good. Honestly, I think I pull a couple of Vanguards out because the indestructibility is not particularly important here. Do you run Blossoming Defense just to punk them out? In what way does Blossoming Defense punk out a creature deck that doesn't likely play much removal? Can you explain? Because I don't understand. Blossoming Defense is there. This would be a good Perky Parrot matchup. Maybe, I don't know, we don't have Death Touch. Like, the other Perky Parrot deck was good because we had Death Touch. Yeah, well, 1 mana 2/2 combat trick's not really good against elves. You're not really blowing anybody out with that. So, Hushbringer's things entering the battlefield don't trigger isn't super relevant here. It does a little bit of work against their Dwinnen's Elite and their other 2-drop that makes things when elves enter play, but the lifelink is super relevant on this in this matchup, which is nice. So we'll likely be making this a 6/6 flying lifelinker with this. This seems actually pretty reasonable here. So, like, we'll have this with the Sawtooth on it, and we'll have this with the Destroya on it. So these will both be flying threats that attack for 6. Yeah, I think Hushbringer and Tagatli Honor Guard are cards that are pretty well positioned in the format right now. If you have a deck that can play it without hurting your own deck, you should definitely be running a full grip of them. They do a lot of different places. Angels, tagging Angels and Goblins alone is huge. I mean, like, on the Elf Trade Ruin, I didn't have mana available to Blossoming Defense anyways, so it's, like, not even good in that particular edge case. Aspar, thank you for the Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel this morning. Think we're just making a blocker here. Why would I give Adanto indestructible here? Why? Is there any reason to do that? What am I missing? They didn't block. Menace. That's scary. Alright, well, that attack means they're dead to a land. To be fair, that's a 4-drop. That was the risk we ran, killing our own land versus killing one of theirs. resolves. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And the draw, we probably need to mulligan for a 1-mana accelerant. I think we're too slow in this matchup with that one. Okay. This is the kind of start we're looking for. You cannot. This only hits non-creature cards. It is a Beast Within for the effect. For the magic boomers out there, this is a Beast Within. I saw someone playing a green-red aggro deck where they were playing Sawtusk Demolishers and the Goblin Rune Blaster, and it looked really sweet. So this disables War Master's ability here. Read. Did I just play this? I think I just played this, right? I'm gonna play another Hushbringer. You want to destroy their land? Ah! I think destroying their land is wrong. Land. Nailed it. Alright, so... This is a concession Snapdax? Feels like a concession Snapdax. Okay, and then this is lethal. Because the Snapdax will trigger, we'll kill that, and then it'll be a 12-12. It'll be a 6-6 with double strike. The old wub wub wub. How do you farm wild cards? Play in the 1,000 gold constructed events. The 1,000 gold constructed events are the best way to acquire in-game currency. I just do this? That's true. Your credit card is definitely the best way to farm wild cards, and it's not particularly close. For the record, I'd like the record to reflect that I agree that the credit card is actually the strictly optimal way to farm wild cards. Snapdax is hungry, chat. What? Snapdax is evolving. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hushbringer are looking even better against this build of elves than most of the builds that are out there, because they've got all these elvish visionaries. So, they can technically activate this now. It's our best draw. Another Mutate card this turn. So we can slide onto here and zap something. The Phoenix would be an incredible draw, right? It would let us deal lethal in the air. So it would give us flying. I think we're just passing here. If I attack with this, they'll block with 4 things, because this gives Death Touch, or 3 things that gives Death Touch. I don't really want to trade this for their 3 of their elves. Mick, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. Hopefully they're just holding this activation and don't have a 3rd collected company. The elves deck is really good when you draw all of your collected companies in the top few cards. Thanks for the 19 months, Thomas. Welcome back. If we were able to draw a 1/3 of our 16 different Mutate cards, we'd have probably won this game, but I think without it, we're gonna die to this 3rd company. Excuse me? Really? Okay. Oh, they could do this. Got it. I forgot they had this activation. This doesn't give trample, right, though? I did. I haven't done the math. This is me very much alive, right? I don't actually even need to block with this. I could do this, pay 4, and then we kill them on the backswing. This is just a bad attack. They have another activation? No, this is summoning sick. I'm not quite sure. They just must not have done the math. They just must have assumed I was dead with all of their elves, and they're very much not dead. They're dead on the backswing right now, though. Sawtooth has double strike and trample. I believe they're still dead. I don't know. Figure it out. Okay. Math is for blockers. I mean, they got hit by the double strike on the Sawtooth once prior, so I might have forgotten about it. It's for the 13 months. Razor Rocks, welcome back. Yeah, do some counting even when you're on the play. For sure. It's fine. Not amazing, but fine. Needs a couple of lands. One land? Needs like one land? Oh shit. In my head, this was a green-white land, but it's only one or the other, right? In my head, I was playing Hushbringer on 2 with this tapped land. It probably should have mulliganed this. Things this is not. Razorverge Thicket. I guess if I draw White Source and get to drop King Caesar here, we might race based on lifelink. Depends on how good their turn is here. Pretty good turn. All right, untapped White Source, and maybe we're still in it. It's not gonna do a pig. Snappy could have mutated onto here, killed this, we'd gain 8 up to 20, and then I'd attack for 6 and go to 26, and then we could kill them in the air next turn with the Sawtooth. That math work out? Would have been 6 out of 14. Oh, we'd have been short the following turn, but we would have gained enough life. Okay, I think we would have had a shot there if we'd have hit our third land in 4 turns. And we'll get him on the play this time. Zeprita, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's afternoon here in the cornfields now. You're still missing the red. Oh, you're right. You're right. It totally does need a red or a black on top of that. Good catch. Good catch. Yeah, I agree. If they don't revisit Mutate at some point, I'm going to be very sad because I love it as a mechanic. It's fantastic. This feels like a flavor win, huh? My cat turning into a bigger cat. Meowth is evolving. Alright, one of your finest Sawtusks, please, deck. Snapdax would also do. The Phoenix to fly would also be fine. Okay. Build your own Embercleave, chat. This says, this deck's like the hipster's Embercleave deck. Is what this is. Got Ember Cats, yep. If they company into another lord here, we're gonna be in trouble. I feel like they should company before they block. Oh, field magic, man. Couldn't they just pump with Shepherd? Oh, that's a good call. Correct, Blue Fire. Aren't they a mana short of Shepherd Pump? Maybe the Jasper Sentinels tap for mana too. They had 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they could have tapped Archdruid and then tapped 1 Sentinel. Yeah. Close games here against Elves. Is it Crater Hoof Behemoth? Must be, right? Because they didn't pay 10. That'll do pig. Alright, so opponent playing a little bit off meta build of Elves there. Perhaps should have boarded in all 4 copies of Cage. If we'd have hit a little bit better on our draws and had more powerful mutations, we'd have been okay there, but without Cage and just a bunch of lands, not a whole lot we could do. So split 3 and 3 against Elves in games. Oh, that was the version Croakies was playing with Visionaries and stuff. Okay, I'll just start boarding in 4 cages then. Got it. That's good to know. That's going to be popularized. All the cages will come in. Posted on Twitter. Perfect. Hoof Elves, yeah, Realm Walkers, and yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Who's Gurkies? Gurkies is the largest Magic the Gathering streamer on Twitch. Can we just Pouncer here? So if we hit the land, we can Sawtooth next turn. Yeah, I saw him looking for a new stream sponsor. Wonder what happened with him in F2K. Isn't Croakies the same age as me? I'm pretty sure he's the same age as me. Or real close to it. Yeah, he's 30. That's what I thought. He definitely has the same amount of hair. Oh, fuck. I forgot this had reach. Keywords. Clicking and doing stuff at the same time. Yep. Just gonna do it here with our Mist Land drops. That's sure. He's definitely very, very new to Magic in comparison. Hushbringer doesn't seem particularly exciting. I think I want to bring in the Cubby Bears. Armored Killer's probably not great. Blossoming Defenses might be fine. Blow out the Stomparoos. And let us win random combats too. I think calling Croaky's toxic is super unfair. I think that his attitude and what he does on stream is definitely part of his shtick. And you can't, it's really hard to argue with it because he's the largest Magic the Gathering streamer that exists for a reason, so the Magic community very clearly enjoys that type of shtick. So, like, more power to him. Streaming on YouTube is basically strictly worse than streaming on Twitch. You should only stream on YouTube if you have an exclusive contract to do so. If your goal is to stream as a job, not streaming on the platform that has Twitch Prime is leaving money on the table. Yeah, I think Croaky's is like Swim, right? He was a Gwent player before that game mostly went belly up, or like had a big redesign or whatever. Oh no! They're sawtoothing us, chat. We're supposed to be the one toothing people, opponent. They're after our memes. This might be, I mentioned this earlier, that there was a green-red list going around playing Demolisher and the Goblin that destroys non-basics. The opponent at the old 75% Mythic living their best life. Yeah, they're literally just playing land destruction. That's great. Yeah, we played a Bant version of this archetype last week, Big Tony. You can find it up on my YouTube channel. That's what gave us the idea to try this. I mean, at this point, they don't really have good attacks, right? You could technically put Snapdax on Snapdax, yeah. Yeah, we played a lot of Mutate on this channel, chat. I love it as a mechanic. Easily one of my favorites. Kind of surprised to see them kill that rather than my goose. Dax on Dax kills the 6/6. It would, yeah. It does not kill the 8/8 because this has protection from multicolored, and Snapdax has lots of colors. Yeah, we need to find one of our monocolored mutate cards, and then we'll like mutate onto here, kill this, and then we can mutate the monocolored thing on over it and kill the other one. Oh, that takes me off of white. I need to mutate this, huh? Oh no, I have goose. We're fine. We're fine. Do I go ahead and just kill this now? So that way I can just be set up to kill their Sawtooth if I draw a Sawtooth? I think that's probably the play. Yeah, especially with how they're attacking our lands. This takes 5 to mutate. I think I should probably just do it now. And then if we draw an Everquill Phoenix or a cat or just any of our monocolored ones, we get to go ahead and mutate onto here. Opponent is role-playing an oil and gas company. Yikes. Hey, King of DC. Thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The waiting game. We have what? 11 good draws we're waiting on here. There it is. There it is. Toothy boy. Alley-oop. Destroy. You get a 3/3. Deal 4 to you. Deal 4 to you. Thunk, thunk. To be fair, there's not going to be a lot of garbage time here. This is double strike trample. Oh, you know what? Do I want this Hushbringer to keep them off of their goblin that kicks to destroy my land? That's probably the case, huh? Leave an armored killer in. Extra mutate body. Oh, it does kill snakes. That's true. Yeah, I totally should put more armored killers in my deck. nice draw. Get to go this into this now and not use my food. Proper sequencing here, chat. Play the goose before we Hushbringer. Excuse me? I mean, I guess they're giving us 3/3s. I think my Discord notifications are on. Well, my Discord isn't on the same audio channel that goes to my stream, so no, you're not hearing my Discord notifications. One, my Discord notifications are not on, and two, even if they were, you wouldn't be able to hear them. Is it worth it to mutate Snapdax under? Yeah, if we get mana to mutate, we'll mutate Dax under. This costs 5 to mutate, chat. It costs 5 to mutate. Mutating under wasn't an option last turn. The ancient Ziggurats and the geese giving us the ability to occasionally cast this for its front part without having to put black lands in our deck is great. I'm not attacking with Snapdax because Stonecoil Serpent has protection from it. Come on, land. Yikes. Attacking with both of these is probably wrong. I probably should only attack with the Adanto. Yeah, this is wrong. They're gonna double block the Snapdax and get a bunch of triggers here. Yeah, I fucked this up. It's a pretty big mistake. I guess if I... Yeah, they get a free attack back as well. Alright, so Sawtooth and Everquill Phoenix are our best draws next turn. Honestly, any Mutate card's a great draw, right? Just want to stack extra power on here. How about Llanowar Elves? Is Llanowar Elves a good draw? Or dead, right? Oh, you're blocking? Okay. It's good for us. So, not dead to Sawtooth because we can gain 3 and block.
You and I are gonna take him out.
Alright, we've got all of our Mutate cards as live draws here. I'm sure we'll draw another land, because that's how Magic works. Oh, it's not a land, chat! It's a big boy! Oh, I could have killed this one. Does it matter? Oh, wait, does it matter? Did I mess that up? No, it gets 2 extra attack when it attacks, right? So it's fine. It's a 16. See, chat, build your own Embercleave. Rawr. We are the superior Sawtooth deck, chat. Look at me. I'm the land destruction deck now. Arrgh. Alright, let's restart this wonderful client here really quick. We can shill the Hoaglandia Open Series that's happening on Sunday. 2 days. Open entry historic tournament. You want to watch some historic, be here on twitch.tv/Jeff Hoagland all day Sunday. You want to play? We've got Cool Stuff Inc. putting up wonderful prizes for everybody that gets at least 4 match wins in our double elimination tournament. There will also be door prizes for people that go 3 and 2, and Caster's Choice prizes for people that play sweet decks and get at least 2 wins. The Hoaglandia Open starts at 10 a.m. Central on... Starts at 10 a.m. Central on Sunday. 11 Eastern, 8 PST. And find all the details in your local time zone on MTG Melee. MTG Melee looks at your system clock and translates it for you, so most accurate information can be found there. What made Mutate okay these days? I mean, is it okay? We're playing this deck because it's sweet, not because it's good. I think Omari the Collector is a shit card that doesn't deserve to be in my deck, and I'm not playing Omari because I'm playing a couple of spell lands. I'm not playing Omari because it's bad. A 4/5 for 7 mana is not worth the sideboard slot. Omari was one of the many companions that was made basically unplayable by the fact that they made the rules change. Omari was a card that's supposed to ramp you, but spending 7 mana on a ramp card is not playable. So, I feel like I'm pretty unlikely to pay life for Vanguard in this matchup anyway, so I think I'm actually just going to play this out to use my mana for the turn to, like, gain 2 life. Like, I think playing a tapped land and just, like, letting them have these is, like, not great here. So I think I just, like, let them hit this for whatever. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Beansy. Hey, have a good one, Therapy. It could be right to play out Pouncer first here. So that way Pouncer eats a removal spell rather than Hushbringer. Because the lifelink on Hushbringer is pretty valuable. I've been right to like bait with this basically. And they have a ton of exile effects here, huh? Spike Field and Pillar Flame. I assume this is about to die and then we're going to take 4. I'd trade these rather than taking 2. Was that a good draw? If so, why? Please explain. I did not want to pay 4 life to get my Adanto Vanguard shocked. If paying 4 life meant that I would have just taken more damage. The 3/5 looks good. I can't block here with 2 mutators in my hand. I just have lethal in hand. Alright, yep. Well, the mono red deck is really good when it draws exactly 3 lands and never another one. This is gonna come as a shock to many of you at home. Double strike, they couldn't have killed Snapdax. Could have, damn it, chat, read their fucking cards. Take some timeouts. That card, if you blocked, they would have bolted Snapdax and you would have lost it. Yes, read Soulscar Mage. So the reason I didn't block was because blocking was very bad, Twitch chat. You're right, I die if they have 5 points of burn, but I'm losing that game regardless if I have 5 points of burn, and not blocking is much better against a single 3-point burn spell, because I would have been able to mutate and kill something and gain life next turn. Alright, what are we cutting here? It's probably a Destroy Him. It's another 4-mana mutate thing. Ebeluro, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. This is fine. Not amazing, but fine. This kid's probably going to be a spell this game. The Vorinclex deck ended up being Gasoline. We played it for over 2 hours. If you looked at the Vorinclex deck earlier and you're like, this looks sweet, I hope it's good, it was very reasonable. We put Ugins into play and ulted them many times. I assume Hushbringer's going to die. If she doesn't die, we get to make her a 4/4 and then the game's over. Nice. That was a great draw. Any of our 1 or 2 mana creatures were great there. We did. Yeah, if you like dumpstering blue-white control, the Bant deck's a great choice. God, Soulscar Mage is so good. So good against decks like ours. Normally decks like ours beat the opponent's archetype by outsizing them in combat. And Soulscar Mage just makes that impossible to do. And again, I just can't block here, because any burn spell they play would shrink this. Hopefully this Sejiri Shelter will be able to give us profitable blocks next turn. Or we could just spike that off of the top. Yep. The king is here, baby. I'm gonna mutate over the top here, even though it means I attack for slightly less, because I don't want to die to Lava Coil, which they showed us a copy of. If they don't kill King Caesar here, Cubwarden's gonna mutate next turn and show him the door. Yes, Cubby Bear on Snapdax means every Snapdax trigger gains us 8. If they have a pillar or a spike field here, we might see him kill Snapdax with Chandra's down tick. Don't kill my boy. Yikes. Wow. Wow. Holy crap. We are just super dead. What red cards did they see out of this last game? Exactly King Caesar? I guess so. I mean, yeah, woof. You actually just can't win, huh? Yeah, sometimes they wanted a whole lot more than you. Ooh. I think we might have been okay here if they didn't have second Soulscar Mage. But like I said, Soulscar is just such a beating against our deck because the reason I actually think when they don't have Soulscar Mage, our deck's probably pretty favored into mono red because of the sizing of our creatures. But Soulscar Mage just means the sizing of our creatures is no longer upside. You just get blown out in every combat by their minuses. Why would mono red be dead in Historic? What makes you think that that's the case? Draw some mutate creatures. Ramp Dork into Hushbringer is pretty hard to mulligan. Hand sucks keep feels accurate. Knights with Selfless Savior. Interesting. Hey, howdy, Peabody. Thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hushbringer getting mutated onto should be very good here. Big lifelinkers. Great against aggro. Marshall. We got brutalized. Disperse me. It was not close. Soulscar Mage is a giant beating. Alright, if we draw Snappy next turn, I think we can win this. Snappy would gain us 16 and kill something. Okay. our good deck building here with the Gemrazer stopping the Goose from making food. The Hushbringer underneath. Alright, so this puts us to 12, this puts us to 15. They've got 8, 11, 13 power in play. Oh, you know, I'm supposed to block so I can shock to play Snapdax. If I draw Snapdax here. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, shit. I think we're actually okay here. We get to gain 8, and we get to kill the Baffling End. Get a 3/3. Why would I want to swap Goose? Goose is great. The foods gaining us life has been relevant. The foods you could destroy with Sawtooth. Trust me when I say your Goose not making a food with Hushbringer is fine. It's really not a big deal. Goose flies as a 1-mana mutate target. Like, Goose is excellent. Yeah, I'm aware that the Marshal's not dying, chat, but I'm going to 12 and I'm getting a 3/3 blocker. So we're not dead on board, which is all you could really ask for. We need 2 pieces of removal to beat us, or a cleave. They attacked really fast, which makes me think they drew cleave. Alright, I deserve that. I punted lethal. That's fine. We win that game. We win that game with the Snapdax draw if I play better. Make less mistakes, you'll win more matches of Magic. Yeah, the Naya Mutate deck won. I did not win because I didn't realize I should block until it was too late, but the deck won. Clockwork and you, thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. I think this is the best of the Mutate decks. Maybe. I don't know, the Band deck was pretty good. Yikes. Do I have a favorite Historic? I don't. The types of decks I really enjoy playing aren't very good in Historic. I haven't found one that I really love. There's a lot of things that are like kind of neat in this format that have been amusing to play, but there's nothing that we've played to date that's been like, yeah, I love that deck. I want to play a bunch of it. Right on time, Hushbringer. Welcome to the party. And we're just dead. I'm not convinced that the Shadow deck's actually good, Todd. Yeah, the opponent's curve was very good, and we mulliganed to 5 and did nothing. I actually haven't felt the need for more double strike dorks. I actually think part of the appeal of playing this build is that Snapdax gives you double strike after the fact. So I think in the Bant build, playing 8 double strikers makes a lot of sense because you don't have access to Snapdax. Now, I find Jund Sacrifice incredibly tedious to play with. I also don't enjoy just playing best decks in formats. Playing a bunch of mirror matches is like really shitty. Jund Sacrifice is actually a big part of why I've been unable to find a deck I really like, because Jund Sacrifice is very good against most of the types of decks I like to play. Small creature value decks are unplayable in this format for the most part because they never beat that deck. Yeah, the claim decks just destroy the shadow decks. It's not super close. Death, thank you for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Jund is significantly better than most decks in the format. Agree. That has been my experience so far as well. Yeah, I'm actually really interested to see what the metagame difference ends up being with the Hoots tournaments versus the SCGs. Because I'm expecting the metagames to look very different based on the different incentive structures. I'm hoping the SCG tournaments as well as the MPL, the Kaldheim or whatever championship at the end of the month convinces Wizards to ban Cat in this format. No, we're basically the only people to ever do custom ban lists, Logan. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's definitely this. I think I'm just passing. No, this weekend is normal historic. We didn't have any data on the event, on the format going into this weekend, so it didn't make sense to ban things. And again, I mentioned this is part of why I haven't put historic decks on my website yet. If historic ends up looking like a dumpster fire after this weekend's events, and then next weekend with the championship too, and they don't make changes, we'll probably just pivot to doing mostly standard on stream. The standard format right now is very good, so I don't really think that's a huge loss. Yeah, we're gonna get a new standard set soon anyways too, so really works out. Did they think they could Oasis at instant speed? Maybe they're a new player and they're not familiar with this card. I think they maybe thought they could Oasis at instant speed. Yeah. Just casting this as another blocker. You're still angry about that death ban. I'm gonna let you in on my little secret since I came back to Magic 49er. There are a lot of really important things in the world that are worth getting upset over. But this children's card game is not one of them. You will be much happier just moving on. Find a true combo deck? Did you watch us play Treasure Flare? I promise you Treasure Flare is way more real than it looks on paper. If you haven't seen us play Treasure Flare, you should check it out. Yeah, that's honestly the best advice, Kadama. If you're not happy with the choices Wizard makes, you should take a break. That's part of why I took my break. My break was good, and you'll feel better when you come back. Vomit. Alright, could be dead here. The last card's always collected company, chat. Honestly, the fact that Magic so heavily relies on the fear of missing out as a stimulator to play the game is a bigger reason to take breaks on occasion. Training yourself to be able to be okay with missing out in something in a product like Magic will let you have a much healthier relationship with the game. Have you ever found yourself playing Magic and having it feel like a chore? You should just take a break. Any game. You should never play any game because if it feels like a chore. There are plenty of things in life that suck and are tedious that you're obligated to do. You're never obligated to play a game. You should play games for fun and enjoy yourself. I don't even know if that's minus 500. It's just like good mental health advice. It's why I stopped playing, it doesn't even apply to Magic, right? That's why I stopped playing Legends of Runeterra for the time being. Their current format felt like a chore to play, and I wasn't having fun with it, so I stopped playing it. And when they fix their stuff, I'll probably poke back in and see what's up, but for the time being, I'm just not going to. Yeah, I mean, breaks are healthy. A strict upgrade to Treasure Flare is but a touchscreen. It technically removes me from the League Partner Program, Dr. Mr. Punny, but we'll see if they actually remove me. I think they almost certainly understand that me being willing to play their game when I feel like playing their game is good promotion for it. Like me, just like me playing Magic makes Wizards of the Coast gobbles of money, me playing Legends of Runeterra makes Riot money. Like... This stops Belt Collector from triggering, right? Oh, yeah. Grizzly Bear resolves, chat. Grizzly Bear resolves. Hey, Dorox, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Keeping me around. I want to hold up Blossoming Defense here. And it's so weird, my opponent put all these Grizzly Bears in their deck. I'm gonna decline to play my Goose of Shame. Hushbringer and Tocatli Honor Guard are very powerful cards in the format. Angels, miscellaneous stuff like this. There's just so many things that it clears through. Riot is a replacement effect as the card enters the battlefield. Hushbringer does not impact Riot, that is correct. Do I trade Blossoming D plus this for Questing Beast? I feel like I do. So, Eternalize actually does not count as casting a creature, so Ziggurat unfortunately does not Eternalize. The touch awkward at times, but what we've got. Blossoming Defense better than Snakeskin Veil. I think if your deck doesn't care explicitly about 1/1 counters, it's better, yeah. That's fine. We'll get to make a food here, and then next turn we'll be able to Eternalize this. When you bring in Toski, Control X, Wrath of God. Anytime they're trying to sweep your board. Man, this hand's so good if one of these lands made white. YOLO. We're on the draw. This hand runs off 2 lands in a row. We're great. Hey, 49er, thanks for continuing your sub gift. I appreciate the support. Wouldn't be here without you. Deck has 24 lands in it. Feels Magic Man. Okay, so if we draw a land next turn, King Caesar can gain us 14 while also killing one of their threats. I might have to chump block them. Yeah, gross. I think we're just doing this, and then we're hoping to spike a land and King Caesar kill this. What's the line here? Nah, this is the line. We draw land, and then we put Sawtooth onto this and gain 6 in the air. Magic sucks, and then you die. Yeah, Cardboard Live still doesn't have HA4 cards in it. Yeah, the main deck should be missing Pouncers and Sawtooths on Sawtusks on Cardboard Live. This is an accurate statement. Yeah, we're on 4 Pouncers. This card's great. I don't know, I think Standard's in a pretty fine spot right now. The adventure package is really good, but I don't know that I'd call it overbearing. I think fatigue's definitely real. I'm ready for those cards to rotate for sure. It's just like they're also not busted, so. Hell you. Found the Toski matchup, Chip. Oh, blue-white control. Oh, blue-white control. Why are you the way you are, blue-white control? Is blue-white control the greatest scam Gabriel Nassif ever played on the internet? You be the judge. You be the judge. Feels like a scam from here. Ooh. Ooh. Man, it's a real shame I can't put double strike on this turn. Oh, it's hexproof from black. I actually can't mutate Snapdax onto here, right? Oh, hexproof. Never mind. JK. JK, hexproof. Stupid abilities. Do I play into a sweeper? I don't feel like I'm supposed to, right? Like, they have to kill this Harbinger? Like, if they don't kill this, it's gonna draw me a card every turn. They gotta cast their sweeper. Yeah.
Let's reverse.
Llanowar Elf. Llanowar Elf. There's a very real chance we're dead. They untapped with Teferi.
You know what? I'm not done.
It's very possible the turn I took the hit where I took this, I should have taken something else.
Keep up the pace.
Yes, Eternalize is an activated ability.
That didn't go according to plan.
Playing Seal away. It's interesting. I don't know a good way to find X spells in Arena. I do not. I'd recommend using Scryfall instead. Like, I'm actually not sure how to do that kind of search on Scryfall either offhand, if I'm being honest.
We need to move quickly.
So, like, I know these games feel bad to play because blue-white feels bad to play against, but, like, we're actually not in that bad of a spot at the moment. Like, getting to kill their Teferi here again. The point where you hit garbage time against these control decks is the point where they have sustained card advantage. So, like, being able to keep things like Teferi off the table goes a long way towards you not hitting those garbage time points. Do they have a win con in their deck? Yeah, they have Shark Typhoon. Teferi stops them from decking by fucking himself so you can't run out of cards. I'm gonna assume that's a typo, but it's definitely an accurate description still. Teferi can tuck right off into the sun, chat. True and a typo all at the same time. Big mood. Big mood. Each seal away gets brighter. It does, doesn't it? Well, they didn't have Behold the Multiverse. These must be counter spells, right? Alright. Game 3 on the plate. Way the good Lord intended. This is where the magic happens. This is actually keepable, right? Because it's a white source. Bottom King Caesar here. This is the way we brick on lands, brick on lands, brick on lands. This is the way we brick on lands against blue-white control now. Do 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 do. Please seal away me, rats. It's honestly, Shark Typhoon is kind of impressive that they made a control finisher that feels more toxic than Celestial Colonnade. It's honestly an impressive accomplishment. And then this game's probably done at this point, I imagine. Oh, you can ask Christy in Discord chat. I sing all sorts of wonderful parodies to my children.
You need to slow down.
Alright, let's try and play one more where we actually get to play a game of Magic before we move on to Grixis. I think Shark Typhoon's design is just super obnoxious because it gives control deck shouldn't get a giant threat that cantrips. They shouldn't. They shouldn't get an uncounterable giant threat that cantrips. Shark Typhoon feels like it's an example of a card they thought was going to be good against control, and then control just played it instead. Yeah, I think Gear Hulk. I think Gear Hulk's a good example of a good control finisher. I like Gear Hulk's design a lot. Yeah, I think Dream Trawler is a great design too. Too bad it's not playable. It wasn't playable. Isn't playable? It's still standard legal, right? Yeah, your finisher shouldn't get to be relevant on turns like 2 and 4. What pushed Trawler out of the format? It was never really in the format, it just doesn't do enough for its mana cost. Alright, we're dead. Oh, I don't feel like playing against blue-white control again. Let's move on to Grixis. This deck felt fine. I don't know. Probably too weak overall. We ran a little bit bad in the last match against blue-white, but our cards are definitely a little bit on the expensive side. It just doesn't. This card was like sweet when it happened, but the big difference between this card and like the Bant version of Mutate that we played, the Bant version gets to play things like Sea Dasher Octopus, so having more cheap Mutate threats was a big pull, whereas like this build was playing, you know, these 4 and 5 mana Mutate threats, which felt kind of slow and clunky on average in a lot of the games that we played. So I think between this variation of Mutate and the other one, I'd prefer the other one. I think I would probably explore Hushbringer in that Bant build. We didn't play this card last time we played it. This would likely be a good upgrade, but overall, this one felt worse than that one to me. If you didn't see us play Bant last week, you can find it up on the historic playlist on my YouTube channel now. We've got